It's a little bit of a different video, but I feel called by God to just say a message of some sort. I'm not entirely sure where this is going to go, but I just want to say something. Recently, I felt very lost with life, and I'm not entirely sure why. It's not a new feeling for me. I feel lost very often, but I felt like I got to a point or a stage in my life where I've accomplished everything that I really wanted to accomplish so far. So I guess I thought I could just be comfortable with where I was at, and I didn't realize that that feeling was going to continue to follow me around. But today I was just so lost, even just recently in general. I feel like this past month I've strayed so far away from God, and I'm not entirely sure why. I told myself I'm just so busy, I have things that I have to do, but I make time for the wrong things, and I make time for, I guess, just things that God wouldn't want me to make time for. And I definitely feel like the past month, or July, I guess, since it's August now, but I feel like it's not the peak of me feeling lost. I felt a lot more lost in the past, but I feel like it was the worst because I was so aware of that feeling. I was so aware of the fact that I felt lost and I was straying away from God, but it felt like there was nothing that I could do about it. It got to a point where I felt like I couldn't make time for the things that I cared about. I couldn't make time to make YouTube videos. I couldn't make the time to journal. I couldn't make the time to read. I couldn't make the time to talk to God. It's like my life was just consistent of a couple things, and then I got home and then I just wasted my day away. And then eventually when I did try to make time for the things that I wanted to make time for, it felt like it was all just a means to an end. It didn't really feel like I was accomplishing that much. And I know that I always try to preach patience and just trying to trust the process, but I feel like this month it was very difficult for me to do that because I didn't really know, or I really couldn't envision where I wanted to go. And it was definitely tough. It wasn't easy for me. I had a really hard time trying to manage that. But it's like I was just choosing specifically to not talk to God because I knew that eventually I was going to have to admit my flaws. But tonight I finally had that conversation with God after pretty much a month of me being, I guess, willingly avoidance of that conversation. And I think the truth is I was really just scared. I was scared of the response from God. I was scared of what he was going to do. I was scared of how I was going to react. I was scared of a bunch of stuff. And tonight really changed that entire thing. I realized how warm and I guess open that conversation could be. The only thing that God wanted from me was that conversation. It's not like he's going to punish me for that conversation. The only thing that he wanted at the time was to hear from me. And despite how fearful I was to have that conversation, I felt this warm feeling of acceptance. I felt like it didn't feel like God was mad at me. It didn't feel like God was going to punish me for being lost or punish me for not being the best son that I could have been. I felt like God was just happy that I was there. And typically when I feel this loss, when I feel like I'm just so uncertain of what my future is going to look like, I get really anxious, and it gets really bad for me sometimes. I get really anxious. I feel like things are all falling apart. And I don't know, it just feels like my mind is discombobulated. But as soon as I had that conversation with God, everything just felt like it was going to be okay. And my voice isn't breaking because I'm crying. It's 11 p.m. and I'm really tired. But I understood that everything was going to be okay. Despite the anxiety that I commonly feel when it comes to this situation, I just feel so good right now. I can't really explain it. I feel like I can really fully put that faith in God's plan because my mind is clear. I know where I stand with God. I know exactly what I can do to improve my relationship. I can finally let go of that anxiety of being lost and that anxiety of not being certain of what my future looks like. And I'm just so happy that I put my pride to the side and finally accepted my flaws and acknowledged the fact that the way that I was behaving in that moment was bad for me. And I also just want to say something that I probably should have said when I started this channel, but I've always implied it. I've never directly outright said it in a video. But I just wanted to make it very clear that I put my faith in my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I know there's a bunch of religions on my channel. There's a lot of people that believe different things. I've seen some of y'all try to be in the comments trying to convert me to different religions. But I just wanted to make it very clear that where I stand right now is with Jesus, and it's always going to be like that. It's never going to change. Jesus has changed and saved my life in ways that I couldn't even comprehend, let alone explain to you. which is exactly why that faith that I have in Jesus is never going to change. So hopefully that makes things very clear with where I stand with religion, but also every religion is accepted on my channel. I'm not going to sit here and say, if you're a Muslim, leave my channel, or if you don't believe in anything, leave my channel. I don't really care what you support, honestly. I just wanted to make it very clear what I believed in. But yeah, I just really wanted to make this video to spread that message, because I feel like, I don't know, I just felt called to say it for some reason on this channel. And I want you guys to know that if you're ever falling away from God, or if you ever just feel lost in life, it's never too late to talk to God. It's not like he's going to sit here and shun you or punish you for being dismissive or being avoidant like I was. He only wants to hear from you. And I know you may want to run away from that conversation because of how uncomfortable it's going to be. And yes, it's going to be an uncomfortable conversation. But the more you run from God, the more lost you're going to feel. And then eventually, that's just going to add up and build up to become way worse than it is now. I am praying for you guys. I truly hope that somebody got something out of this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.